Hey guys, I'm McGimmer back here for the video. Guys, we are in the off-season. And what I thought would be interesting is you go ahead and make a franchise. You can make a franchise start at the Super Bowl. So exactly when the Super Bowl is. So I thought, it would be kind of interesting if we went ahead and just took a team, depending on, let's go ahead and give a home team win to the Eagles. But if we just go ahead and take a team, like, as you see right here, the Baltimore Ravens, and we just kind of go through the offseason and try our best to be able to make the best, team possible, and just try to, fix or do everything I would do as a coach. So guys, real fast before I start this video, I am running a double giveaway. 2 cards on Xbox One, 2 cards on PS4. There will be a little eye icon in the right hand corner. We'll take you to the giveaway so you can go ahead and enter that giveaway. So let's go ahead and start off right away by simulating this. Now I want to see real fast, starting off, how much do they have the Eagles winning by? So I did have the Eagles winning, as you saw. I selected the Eagles win. So how much do they end up winning by is what I'm curious about. So we have the Eagles winning 20-17. So again, we can't simulate past the Super Bowl, but we can simulate right before the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and start off by signing some players back to free agency. So again, this is what I would do if I was coach of the Baltimore Ravens during this offseason process. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same as real life, but this is a good understanding of what I would do. First thing I would do is I would probably go ahead and sign Alex Collins to a big deal. Now, I wouldn't sign him to too much money because I'm not going to go ahead and, try to waste the whole entire bank on Alex Collins. But I would give him a good deal, and I would probably try to sign him to a 7-year contract extension. Mainly because I feel like he is our running back of the future at this moment. So I want to go ahead and try to make sure I have him locked up for a good amount of time. And you see right here, he does end up agreeing to terms for 7 years. So now he is locked up. We are good to go on that kind of concept. Second thing I'll do is go ahead and look at Ryan Jensen. Now, Ryan Jensen was one of the best centers in the NFL last year, so I know he's going to win a lot of money, but I want to go ahead and not waste the whole bank on him again, too. Now, personally speaking, I'm going to go ahead and try to sign him to about let's say a 6-year deal, see if he would go ahead and accept that. About $16 million, so a good amount of money. Let's see what he says. He says, I'm happy to sign for this, play for this great organization. So again, not a bad way to start off. We signed the 2 players I'm really interested in. Now, Crockett Gilmore in real life is going ahead and moving to offensive line. So he might be right tackle, he might be center. I have no idea, but to be honest, Mike Wallace, I would probably let it go. I'd probably let him walk. I'd let him walk and then kind of see what we can do in free agency when it comes to that point. Because I think Mike Wallace will win a lot of money, somewhat a lot of money. So I'm going to go ahead and let him walk. Other than that, going through this whole entire thing, I'm going to go ahead and sign Peanut back. Let's go ahead and go with, let's sign him to I'm going to do a 4-year deal. I'm going to do 3.5. Let's see what he says. Alright, so he's going to test out free agency, which, happens a lot. Brent Urban, James Hurst, Ryan Mount. I'm not going to sign back Ryan Mount. I think a lot of these guys, I might just let go ahead and walk. And then again, we'll kind of see what we can do in free agency with some of these players. So I'm going to let a lot of these guys walk. And the reason why is because I want to have a good amount of money going to free agency. I know currently we have about 53 million. So let's go ahead and look at free agency. Now, of course, the one free agent that's not going to be here is going to be Jarvis Landry. He went ahead and signed. So he got franchise tagged by the Miami Dolphins. So if we're looking for the top Baltimore Ravens, need, it's going to be wide receiver. Now, in this scenario, Sammy Watkins is not a free agent. Now, at this moment, we do not know if he's going to be a free agent, but we have a general understanding that he might be. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and start off with Allen Robinson. Now, to be honest, he is a huge need by the Baltimore Ravens. We really need a wide receiver. So I'm going to go ahead and try to offer him a pretty big deal. Now, I know this is going to be a lot, and probably not $15 million, but let's go ahead and go with 10.5, and I'm going to give him a nice little signing bonus. Again, my personal opinion, I want to go ahead and try to make sure we can get Robinson on the squad, because that is going to be a huge deal when it comes to signing him. Now, personally speaking, how Madden works, you see right here on the right-hand side, there's a point system. We signed him to a 130 million point system. The next closest is the Cowboys at 94, so we could, technically speaking, come down on our offer a lot. and be pretty fine to know we're probably going to go ahead and get him. Now I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit down to make it a little bit more, you know, like better money for us. But let's go ahead and go to the next guy. So next need for the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, we got halfback pretty much locked up, but I would like to have a better backup running back. Buck Allen or Javorius Allen. We call him Buck Allen for the Ravens. But Buck Allen, he is a great running back. I love him. But I kind of want a more steady number 2. The thing about Baltimore, and the thing that we always do for some reason, is we've been just experimenting with every running back because it seems like the Ravens do not want to commit to Buck Allen. And if they don't want to commit to him, you know, we need a solid number 2 option. Now, going down the list here, we have Spencer Ware, who has some injury issues. Obviously, he did get replaced by Sarkandrick West in KC, and then following that up by getting replaced. No, sorry, he replaced Sarkandrick West, and then he got replaced by the rookie Kareem Hunt. So I'm kind of not interested in him too much. And I think Theo Riddick could be a pretty good option for us, mainly because he's a really good pass-catching running back. So I'm going to go ahead and throw him offer over there and see if he can sign for us for a pretty good price, mainly because, again, you know, he's a really good pass-catching running back, and that's something that we definitely need. Now, speaking-wise, I'm not going to go ahead and try to get Case Keenum. I do want a backup quarterback. We might go ahead and draft one. I'm kind of debating on that whole front, but I do want a backup quarterback. So let's go ahead and go with, who can I get for pretty cheap? And I don't want to go ahead and get, you know, a complete bust, but I kind of want to get a player that I can, you know, just kind of groom behind Joe Flacco. And again, if we do end up drafting a quarterback, I would love to have someone, you know, right behind him. There's a couple players, Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater. So it looks like all 3 Vikings quarterback hit free agency. This is possible. I do not think it's going to happen. I think they're going to go ahead and sign one of these. But let's go ahead and just throw an offer at Sammy Biscuits. This is actually a very possible scenario that Sammy Biscuits does go ahead and come to the Ravens. So it's always very possible. If he does, we'll have to wait and see on that front. But with that in mind, we have about $37 million, and I think that might be where we're going to call it quits for this. I don't think we really need to go ahead and sign any other free agents. We do have a lot of other needs, but I think we can address them in, draft. Now, the big thing is a lot of people when they're playing Madden, they just see $37 million and they want to go ahead and spend it all. You have to be very careful. It looks like we had all 3 of our guys accept our offers, which is really awesome. Now, again, as I said, you have to be very careful when it comes to, you know, free agency, because when you want to go ahead and just sign a player, you know, you want to spend all $37 million on your team. The issue is that what you're going to learn is later on in the seasons, your team will slowly get worse and worse. And the reason why is because all that money you spent in that scenarios start to come back and really, you know, start to bite you in the butthole. So you have to be very careful with that, and you can't just go ahead and spend all your money right away. So let's go ahead and talk about what some needs we need. We need some pass rushers. Defense, we're really good, but we do need pass rushers. We do need some help on the offensive line. We need some wide receivers. Preferably, I would say I really want a tight end. And of course, if we have a possibility, we might go ahead and draft a quarterback. That is definitely an on the table type of scenario we can look at. So let's go ahead and look at number 2. We have scouting players here. Again, I'm going to try my best. We don't really need a running back. I feel pretty content with the running back. And you see right here, all these players that were scouted already was by the Ravens. When you go ahead and do what I'm doing right here, we sim the whole entire, thing. It does they do go ahead and scout some players by themselves. So you see there's a lot of players scouted that they scouted throughout the whole entire season. So we're not going into this completely blind. We have some idea of what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and, again, I'm just scouting random players because, I'm scouting players of need, but I'm also scouting players, I'm going through like this. I want to go ahead and do this. Hang on. I'm going to scout some. Okay, so it looked like they already scouted some offensive linemen, which is pretty nice. We don't need right guard, but we can always take one in case, we Yonda get hurt again. Let's go ahead and go next week. And this is the NFL draft. Now, before we get into the draft, let's go ahead and get a free agency recap and see where people ended up signing. So it looks like Sheldon Richardson went to the Bills. We had Tim I believe his name's Tim Burton. I might be incorrect on that. Went to the Texans. Garrett Blount went to the Titans. Deion Lewis to the Lions. We had Cameron Brate went to the Rams. AFJ went to the Cardinals. Spencer Ware went to the Colts. Case Keenum went to the Jets. Overfall went to the Jets. We had Antonio Gates go to the Broncos. Zach Miller, this is actually kind of funny. He went to the Bears. He's actually retired. He is retired, so he is not going to be in free agency. The Cardinals got Carey. Melvin went to the Raiders. Richardson went to the Cardinals. Lee went to the Chiefs. McKinnon went to the Bills. Corral went to the Lions. Reed went to the Browns. Lions, Chiefs, Titans, Dolphins, Patriots. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the NFL draft. And now this is when we try our best to be able to correctly, fix this team. So, first pick we have right here. Now, a couple of things we could do. We could trade down. If you go ahead and look at some of the offers we have, it looks like, currently speaking, okay, so we have any 2018 first-round picks. No 2018. So it looks like we would be trading out of the first round no matter what. Not really interested in doing that. I'm interested in taking some players here. So let's go ahead and start off right away. We have an amazing right tackle, it looks like right here, who is actually really, really good talent. Now, he is mid-first round, which we are at, and you see right here in the right-hand column, he's going to have some really good strength with the bench press being so high. He's going to have some good speed and agility to him, so he's going to be more of an elusive type of tackle that's going to be able to move around a little bit. Now, he's not too fast. His 40-yard dash was not the greatest, but we do have a really, really great quarterback in A.J. Hyde. Now, looking at this, his top three categories are all throwing stats, his accuracy and his throw power, which is really good. When you're looking at a quarterback to scout, you want to see a quarterback with, his throwing stats being like this. If he had throwing stats of spin move and ball carrier or, some kind of crap like that doesn't talk about his throwing stats, that usually means the player's not too good. I think we're going to go ahead and take this quarterback right here. I think that's going to be the move. Now, there's so many good players in this first round. I wish I had more than one first round pick, but I think 6'1", this is literally Baker Mayfield reincarnated. He is 6'1", which I really don't like. I'm not going to lie. He is really short, and I'm not trying to, nab on his shortness, but this is the NFC North, guys. And the NFC North, it's all about height in the NFC North. You got to be tall. You got to be a big body player. Now, he is 215, so we're going to go ahead and take him. 79 overall. Not a bad player, but he is not a prototypical AFC North quarterback. He is more of a Johnny Manziel, which I really don't like taking. But again, he's just going to be a backup to Joe Flacco to see, what he can end up being in the near future. So again, he's just a backup, first round pick. Maybe we can teach him a little bit. And again, hopefully get him better. But oh my God, look at all these possible busts. These are all players that are just, talent is undrafted. So this little icon right here, guys, means that they are worth pretty much an undrafted rating. They're not really worth anything. Now, going into the third round, we have this guy right here who's actually a late third round talent. So that's not too bad. We have another late third round talent. So we have a couple guys that are not too bad. We have some fourth round talent. So let's go ahead and go back. So we took a quarterback off first round. Now, looking at offensive linemen, left tackle wise, we do have currently Ronnie Stanley. So I don't really think we need a left tackle, but it's not like we have to completely steer away from it, because what we can look at is we can look at backups. We can always look at, moving players around in different positions, seeing how they play, seeing how they are, and seeing how good they are. So, A- when it comes to impact block. I don't mind that. Now, a lot of this is shooting in the dark. I kind of want to take a wide receiver, but you see how bad the wide receiver pool is right here, and I really don't want to risk it for the biscuit here. Now, we do have this guy, which is a late third rounder, and we might miss our opportunity on going after him if we don't take him sometime soon. Now, we also want to take a tight end. So, again, there's a lot of, needs right now that I kind of going back and forth on deciding who I want to take. And I also want to take a pass rusher. Let's see if we have any good pass rushers right here. Now, we didn't scout any personally. We should have probably scouted them. But, ooh, okay. He's not the strongest, so his block shed and strength are not going to be that high with this guy right here. But he is very fast. He has a lot of, athleticism to him. So, this would be a really big gamble here. He's projected to go in the 4th round. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to actually go ahead and add him to the draft board. Let's go ahead and add some of these players to the draft board and see if we can draft them later on in the, draft. So we have, what is this? We have a left tackle. Go ahead and add him to the draft board. And again, we're going to add these guys to the draft board so we can go ahead and just, look at them later on. Because I think it's a little too early to draft some of these players. So let's go ahead and see, what are you looking like? Oh, not a fan, not a fan. Nope. A lot of athleticism. Actually, he is not too bad either. Wait, did I? No, this guy is actually pretty good. So 2nd round. Again, there's a lot of players that are just complete busts and awful. And then there's a lot of players who are pretty good that we could be taking a look at. Again, I'm trying my best not to draft a bust here, guys. But I'm probably going to end up drafting a bust. Because 2nd round is not too many players I could go for. Now, it's never too bad of an idea to take a player too early. But you usually want to stay away from doing that. Now, we do need a wide receiver. But this wide receiver is going to be slow as all molasses. 53rd wide receiver in the 40-yard dash is going to mean that he might be good at catching, but he's going to be slow as crap. So I'm not really interested in taking a slow wide receiver, but he is the best wide receiver on the board at this moment. So let's go ahead and go back to maybe taking one of these other positions. We have left end. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit with this man. This might be the biggest mistake I make in this draft. I should not be taking him in the 2nd round. I should be taking him later on. But I feel like there's no one else to take at this position. I should trade down, but I'm trying my best in this video not to trade down. So we end up taking him. He's a 73 overall, so not the best pick, obviously. But, you have to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. And let's go ahead and see who we have left on our draft board. So it looks like the wide receiver was not taken. Neither was the right guard or left end. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take the wide receiver here. And he ends up being a 74 overall, 84 speed. So just like I predicted, he is slow as molasses. So not the best draft when it comes to that aspect. But honestly, we had a really bad hand, dealt to us. As you guys can see, like a lot of these players, the top round players, are all freaking bust. So it kind of sucks in that aspect, and there's nothing we can really do about it when it comes to, this game. Everything is random. Everything is, just random odds. So it kind of sucks that we didn't have the best draft. We didn't have the best draft class like we do in real life. We have kind of just a random draft class. And as you saw, all the wide receivers that started off was just complete bust. And I wish so much I could go ahead and take a wide receiver early. And I probably would have took a wide receiver in the 2nd round. But it's just all the wide receivers were completely awful. So we had to go ahead and just try our best to take another player and see what we can do. We needed a quarterback. We needed wide receivers. We needed, offensive linemen. And we needed a pass rusher. So we got 2 different pass rushers on defense. A quarterback, a wide receiver, and then of course we got a right guard that we can make left guard, and of course move him around different positions. Now again, overall it kind of sucks that the overalls we took in this draft were not the best, but that's just how it works. You never know what's gonna happen in any kind of draft. Now, unlike real life in Madden, the sad part is you don't really have players that go from nothing to amazing talent, which kind of sucks. Although Zapback is really strong. He's going to be more like a Derrick Henry type. He's really slow with 31st halfback, but he is probably going to have one of the best trucking. And I guarantee you one of his stats would be trucking if they showed his one of his best stats. And it looks like actually, yeah, so he is a very strong running back. Which in the 6th round is not a bad idea to maybe take. to, have an AFC North type running back in the 6th round, I think we're going to take him. I mean, again, 83 speed, not the best. His chucking is 87. Again, like I said, he's really strong. He's really good in the bench press category. So let's go ahead, and our final pick for this draft is going to be going ahead and taking, let's see. It is 7th round, so there's nothing really too amazing. This is usually the pick that usually gets cut 2nd week of training camp. So let's go ahead and take this man right here. 69 overall, not the best player, but Let's go ahead and go into the season, though. We're going to go ahead and simulate this whole entire season and see how good we did. Now, of course, Joe Flacco will be the starter. We're not going to put the 1st round pick in right away. Now, realistically, if I was continuing this franchise, depending on how the 1st round pick ended up being, he might end up becoming the starter later on in, later down the road. But at this minute, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to put Sammy Biscuits behind. I'm going to put this rookie as the 2nd string quarterback, and I'm going to put Sammy Biscuits as the 3rd string to see what ends up happening. Again, if we do select a quarterback as the Ravens, we'll probably go ahead and select him, and then we'll probably need a backup first, and then select a quarterback if we do, because you never know how the draft's going to go. There's a lot of talks of different quarterbacks coming to Baltimore this, upcoming draft, so it's all based on random knowledge. There's nothing we can truly, know what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and simulate this. Now, with that in mind, I'm hoping we can make the playoffs. If we do, I will simulate the whole entire playoffs. This would be really cool if we could go ahead and win a Super Bowl. I think the odds of that are very slim. I feel like we did a lot of good stuff for this team this offseason. Now, guys, if you want this to become a regular series and me go through all 32 teams and do this, make sure to like and subscribe button and tell me down below you want me to do this. So comment down below and say, yeah, I would love to see this series. Now, I'm doing this exact same series, but with real-life teams. So I'm talking about the real-life teams and everything about them and stuff like that. But we did end up making the playoffs. We went 10-6 and made the wild card round of the playoffs. So I guess we were 5th or 6th seed. So we went 10-6. As you can see, the AFC North, the Steelers did go ahead and win it. And it looks like the Jaguars took over 14-2 as the conference champions. Then it was the Steelers, Patriots, Ravens at 5th seed. And of course, 6th seed was the Chargers. So it looks like pretty much exactly same scenario as last year. Wait, is this the exact? This is the exact same scenario as last year, except Buffalo's not in it. Wow. And the Titans. Buffalo and the Titans are not in it. So if last year the Buffalo and the Titans didn't make it, and the Chargers and the Chiefs, Ravens and Chargers made it, it'd be exact same scenario as last year. That's kind of funny. This year, though, it looks like the Lions actually won the conference. Vikings number 2, Eagles, Packers, Falcons, and Seahawks. So kind of interesting on that front. Tell me down below, guys, who would be if you had to pick from those teams, who would you say is going to go to the Super Bowl, and what's your Super Bowl matchup? So, this is actually what last year would have been a wild card if the Ravens would have made it. They would have played the Chiefs in KC. So, let's go ahead and see who wins, and it ends up being the Chiefs beat the Ravens in the 1st round playoff game, which is really, really sad. They end up beating us 24-17. It looks like Minnesota ends up beating Seattle, Green Bay ends up beating Atlanta, and finally the Chargers end up destroying New England. Now, let's go ahead and just check this out real fast. Does Tom Brady retire in this franchise? Because if he does, then obviously that's going to be kind of interesting. Nope, Tom Brady is still in the New England Patriots. So it looks like, wow, Tom Brady-led Patriots did not go ahead and beat the Chargers. Chargers fans, you guys are maybe going all the way. So let's go ahead and just simulate to the Super Bowl and see who we have. All right, so it looks like we have the Pro Bowl, and now let's go ahead and simulate to the Super Bowl. And again, take your guesses right now down below in the comment section. Who do you think is going to be in this Super Bowl? It looks like we're going to have team schedule. And let's go, actually not, sorry, let's go to playoff schedule. And let's look at who is the Super Bowl. Jacksonville versus Green Bay. Interesting. So again, wild card, we already covered that. Divisional, Chargers lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Green Bay beat Detroit. We have KC beat Pittsburgh. And Minnesota beat Philadelphia this time, 9-3. Then Jacksonville beat KC in the championship. Green Bay beat Minnesota. Having a Super Bowl with Jacksonville versus Green Bay. So who's going to win that Super Bowl? Let's go ahead and simulate and find out. Again, going to be interesting. This would be a really cool Super Bowl if this does happen in real life. I would definitely love to see this. But let's see what ends up happening. It's kind of funny. Allen Robinson ends up joining our team. And then Jacksonville goes right back to the championship and goes to the Super Bowl. Now, do they go ahead and win the Super Bowl is the question. Did they go all the way and lose, or did they go all the way and win? And it looks like the question has been answered. They lose the Super Bowl to the Green Bay Packers 35-31. So it looks like they get there again. And wow, Brett Hundley was in this Super Bowl. So it looks like Aaron Rodgers goes down in this Super Bowl. Either he gets hurt or he just gets benched. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 300 yards. It looks like he probably most likely got hurt, in all honesty. So it looks like he got hurt in the Super Bowl, and it looks like, what's his name, ends up coming in, Brett Hundley. So, interesting. Would be a very interesting Super Bowl to see, you know, him get hurt in the Super Bowl and the backup come in and end up winning the Super Bowl for them. That would be a very interesting scenario. So it looks like stat-wise, let's see if the backup rookie quarterback even played any snaps. He played, okay, so he played 4 total. Yeah, he didn't play anything. Okay. So the backup didn't play any. Joe Flacco played the whole entire season. He had 3,839 yards, 499 attempts, 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. So pretty much a typical Joe Flacco season. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe button. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.